The moment the lights dimmed and jurors slipped on their headphones, you could almost hear Diddy's heart racing. Prosecutors had just queued up what insiders call the most high-stakes footage in hip-hop history. Dozens of late-night hotel clips the public may never see. Minutes earlier, the judge warned that closing arguments would start in 48 hours, 4 hours apiece, no extensions. That single sentence flipped the energy in the room. The trial of Sean Diddy Combs wasn't winding down. It was about to explode. Before we unravel every twist, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a single courtroom shocker. By lunchtime, court reporters were counting hours instead of days. Both sides agreed. Thursday would be wall-to-wall closings, Friday the jury gets the case, and any hope of a midsummer verdict evaporated. A hush settled over the gallery as defense attorney Teny Geragos rose, first to file the obligatory Rule 29 motion for acquittal, then to hint that the defense might call just one witness instead of the original parade of 15. Rumors raced through the press pen. Was Diddy eyeing a last-second plea? Or did his legal team think they'd already seeded enough doubt through cross-examination? No one could say for sure, but the sudden schedule shift told its own story. The government's final witness, a Homeland Security agent, projected a timeline that looked more like an airline's on-time board. Flight 708 from LAX to JFK. Jane Doe, Assistant Jonathan Perez, bodyguard Faheem. A jet blue arrow pointed straight to the Whitby Hotel, room 508. Next column, $2,597.11 charged to an American Express ending in 2014. Account holder Bad Boy Entertainment. 5 lines lower. Another hop, Atlanta to Newark, $1,000 wired to an entertainer nicknamed Paul. The agent didn't need colorful commentary. The spreadsheets spoke for themselves. Every ticket, transfer, and premium suite circled back to the same account codes, the same luxury brand signature. Sean Combs, or as one Venmo alias cheekily labeled him, the Diddler. If the paper trail felt clinical, the text messages dripped with back-of-house urgency. Plan B on the nightstand. Assistant KK typed in a midnight flurry moments after scheduling in 4 drip and alerting Benny the jeweler that the boss might need a last-minute gift. 2 minutes later, another ping. Working on drips. J9 will handle cash drop. The casual shorthand made it clear these tasks weren't one-offs. They were protocol. Even a mundane gripe about baby oil became incriminating. Diddy's voice note crackled through the courtroom speakers. KK, why am I looking for baby oil in this demon suite? Get me a case. Jurors scribbled. Diddy half smiled, half winced. Then came the audio everyone feared. Prosecutors cued a message to Diddy's travel agent. Hey Jess, gotta get him from Atlanta. Need him here by midnight. Hit me. In 41 words, he'd ordered cross-state transport of a paid entertainer, exactly what the indictment calls transportation for commercial encounters. Defense lawyers later argued it was simple party planning, but the nonchalant tone cut their point at the knees. Another clip followed. Sent you $15K? Baby girl. Make sure the place is set up right. The agent paused the recording, letting the sum echo for a beat too long. Jurors barely had time to digest the voice notes before monitors flicked dark and headphones went on. The public saw nothing, only the dull glow of 12 juror screens as prosecutors rolled 50 explicit clips, spanning November 2021 through August 2024. Valentine's Day, King Nights, summertime penthouse parties, a Labor Day suite that ran a rumored 6-figure room service tab, all captured in shaky phone footage. No soundtrack played in the gallery, but reporters could read the jurors' body language. Some leaned back, arms crossed, others tilted forward, faces expressionless, as if afraid emotion might betray them. One juror pressed fingertips together, as though counting beats. By the 4th clip, a uniform numbness settled. Shock had given way to analytic detachment. If that reel cauterized the prosecution story, the cross-examination tried to peel off the scab. Teny Geragos started with an invoice the agent had never seen. a September 2023 JetBlue confirmation listing Jane Doe as account holder, paid in full with her own visa. "Sir," she pressed, "isn't it true that line items like this one show my client isn't footing every bill?" The agent conceded the point. Next came emojis. Yes, emojis. Cell phone extraction software had stripped them from government exhibits, but the defense displayed them in Technicolor. Hearts, winks, water drop icons sprinkled through Jane's chats with male entertainers. Context matters, Geragos told the jury. A heart emoji isn't coercion. She shifted to a 5-month gap between flight logs, suggesting that prosecutors cherry-picked dates that buttressed their theory while ignoring stretches where Jane and Diddy met privately. No third party, no hotel drama. It was a smart gambit, but it hit turbulence when Geragos introduced cowboys for angels, an escort service Diddy had allegedly patronized for years. She tried selling it as innocent time and companionship, yet the jury heard a furious text from Diddy to Agent Bridget. "Stop raising my rates. I'm a long-time customer." Bridget shot back. "Rates depend on the guy." Diddy's retort? He couldn't even perform. If his defense hinged on calling paid entertainers mere dinner guests, that one-liner left a crater. Prosecutors pounced later, recapping the same message. Performance implies purpose. Pair that with an earlier voice note. "Need $5,000 in cash, so I don't keep bothering y'all." And the line between companionship and commerce grew razor thin. Even Geragos seemed to sense the quicksand. She pivoted to Jane's private lease agreement, claiming Diddy's monthly payments proved generosity, not manipulation. But the agent countered that consistent financial support can just as easily create dependence, a hallmark, he said, of coercive relationships. Meanwhile, gossip sites flared over whether Diddy would testify. Legally, only he can decide. Insiders whispered that he practiced answers in a vacant holding cell, then trashed the idea after seeing jurors' faces during the video marathon. Others insisted he still might take the stand, if only to humanize himself in the final hours. Courtroom veterans cautioned that celebrity testimony is a double-edged sword. One misphrased joke about baby oil, and the prosecution's closing reel writes itself. As Thursday's clock looms, both camps prepare contrasting finales. Prosecutors will link every assistant, every Amex swipe, every midnight four to an overarching enterprise, the very word that transforms individual bad acts into racketeering. They need jurors to see a single, sinister design. Defense attorneys, by contrast, will zoom into pixel-level details. Gaps in the timeline, heart emoji subtext, Jane's friendly chatter with entertainers. Their refrain, consensual adult nightlife, blown into Rico theater. Yet even skeptics admit the digital evidence is volcanic. Cash App names like the Diddler, audio notes ordering cross-country escorts, video timestamps that match hotel receipts down to the minute. In 2025, metadata rarely lies. One court observer put it bluntly, Diddy's defense isn't fighting a witness, he's fighting his own phone. What happens once jurors retreat behind that mahogany door? Legal analysts predict at least 2 days of debate. They must decide whether the government proved 2 or more predicate crimes, say, sex trafficking allegations plus money laundering, to lock in a racketeering conviction. Then they'll tackle transportation for paid encounters, firearm claims, and a half-dozen lesser counts. A split verdict is possible, a hung jury is possible, an across-the-board conviction would thunder through the music industry. Record labels are already quietly modeling the fallout. Catalog sale freezes, sponsorship pulls, partners falling over one another to distance their brands. And while deliberations run, the outside world keeps churning. Rumors suggest at least 3 civil suits are on deck, waiting for this verdict to drop. Streaming platforms debate whether to pull certain classic tracks. Some fans vow to separate art from artist. Others say the trial confirms suspicions whispered for a decade. No matter the outcome, the era of untouchable superstar immunity feels over. So where does that leave the jury and the rest of us? At the edge of this cliff, Maybe they'll decide Diddy's empire was nothing more than lavish adult playdates gone sideways. Maybe they'll see a meticulously funded pipeline exploiting power imbalances for profit. Either way, the lesson is etched in every flight stub and voice memo. Our digital footprints don't just tell stories, they testify. If you found this breakdown eye-opening, smash that like, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and drop your verdict below. This is Sasha Spills signing off, and I'll see you in the next video.